Good afternoon and welcome to Rudge Roads, or Rudgy, aka the Doctor, as I'm normally known, on YouTube. Thank you, by the way, for subscribing if you've already subscribed. It makes a big difference, and thank you for liking some of the stuff. I've been reading some of the messages, and today what I'm going to do is somebody's asked me to go and YouTube video Asos on Kefalonia. Because they've never seen it out of season. Well, I fly back on Friday to the UK, and the weather hasn't been brilliant here for the last few days. I've had a few storms, so I thought, well, I washed the donkey yesterday for my neighbours, the little vehicle that I've been borrowing. I thought they won't mind me surely going to Asos and doing this. It's my last day here, really. Tomorrow I'll be packing and stuff. So let's go. In the background there we've got the estuary out towards Italy and Zakynthos. Over there we've got Luxury, and where I've just come from, my hometown of Argostoli, Kefalonia. So let's go and see what we can find, shall we, peoples? Okay, people, we're just coming through the lovely little village of Fascia. Those of you who watch Austin Powers will realise why I find that amusing. The tavernas all the way along this stretch here. As there's a scene in there where the guy says, Austin Powers and Fascia. Anyway, for those of you who haven't seen the Austin Powers films, well, you're going to have to watch one now, aren't you, to see what I'm on about. Anyway, yeah, this is Fascia. I can't even pronounce the name of it properly now. Never mind. Nice little place. But really, I suppose if you're coming back from somewhere and you fancy a meal somewhere different, then it's ideal. There's tavernas all the way along this road, as you've probably seen. And for those of you who still think that I'm speeding, actually, I was doing just over 40k there, so that is a bit quick for a village. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going as fast as you'd think. So, on to the next town. I'll just turn the camera around for a minute, as that's Luxury over there in the distance. We're on the mountain road now. I'd just like to say that the weather is absolutely beautiful today. Wasn't really expecting that, wasn't forecast, I don't think, but yeah, that's the only reason I've nicked the donkey. I had planned to spend the day indoors. I'd done my paperwork this morning anyway, so yeah, I filled the donkey up yesterday for my neighbours, the car I've been borrowing, and washed and polished it for them and cleaned all the interior out. So I had this request and I thought, well, it'd be rude not to on a day like today. I'm flying out of here Friday. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finance all this yet. I've done the books several times. Those of you who watch the page regularly will know I suffer with depression, anxiety, all that sort of stuff that goes with it. And yeah, I've gone over it several times. I can't see how I can make this work, but we're going to have a go at it. Nevertheless, maybe that I have to sacrifice some things in the UK, sell a few things. I mean, after all, I draw my state pension in. Next year it'll be 3 years I've got to go. So I've worked out if I started asset stripping, I might be able to keep going. But we'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's Luxury in the distance there, on a beautiful December the 1st. Right, here we go. This is the turn off now. If you turn left here, you go to Luxury. I just thought I'd point that out because it's easily missed, and the next thing you know, you're at the crossroads for Mitus, Fascado, and then if you go straight on, Kefalonia, and of course, if you turn right, you end up back where you started in Argostoli. I've had a few people ask me over the years how to get to Luxury by road, and when I tell them, they go, "Oh, I ended up in Kefalonia or Fascado because I missed the turning." So yeah, look out for that pink house, and if you see this view, you've gone too far. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera back on the passenger seat. I'm going to pull up in a minute because it's in my way on my lap. I've got a little contraption I use for this. Best voiceover. Yeah, anyway, I've forgotten the name of the beach now, I've gone to film it. But anyway, those of you who know the area will know where I am. I've just stopped for a second to film the view. So, in my best voiceover voice, no, that's more of a game show voice, isn't it? Tonight, live from Norwich. It should be more like this. As we proceeded down the road towards Asos, the beautiful views just were stunning. It's not really me, is it? No, this is crossroads. So back in the room, I'm just turning the contraption which sits on my leg to show you the wonderful views that you can get as you drive down this mountain road. We're not far away from the junction now. So yeah, I've got a friend called Dale who does a bit of filming. A little bit. He's a legend in his own lunchbox. I call him Hot Rod because he wears the most colourful shirts you're ever likely to see, and fair play to him for upholding that. I'd just like to point out to you that there are no outtakes on my videos, because these are the outtakes. Oh, hang on, we're coming up to the temporary bridge they've put in, which looks more like it's permanent nowadays. You listen to this. And that was at 25k. Anyway, yeah. Where was I? Yes, so yeah, as you can see, there are no outtakes because these are the outtakes, Dale. And this video is brought to you by a Huawei phone on a contraption that was made by the Rudge. Anyway, enough rambling. Back to the job. So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who I have several questions asked when I come out here about the roads. Is it safe? Is it this? Is it that? As you can see, the roads are pretty good. They're usually kept a lot clearer than this in the summer, and they are a fair bit busier, to be fair, in the summer, but this time of year nobody about. They have recent years put crash barriers up. They never used to have those back in the day, because there is quite a drop. But yeah, if you take your time, people just tend to, if you're going too slow, people just tend to overtake you. So don't get stressed out, just take your time, get a decent hire car of a decent company, keep a track of the villages you go through, so if something does happen you know where you are. That's an important tip, I would say. And enjoy the views. Of course, it helps if you're a passenger. I usually historically have to pull up and enjoy the views. I mean, I'm going to look back on this one through the video and go, oh, that's a nice view, because I'm actually driving. But there you go. I don't know whether you can see that through the trees, because I'm busy driving. I've just turned the contraption. But that down there is where we're headed, which is Asos. Now, when I first came out here, the beginning of this journey that I've been on, I had a hire car, and it's a long story, but a few years ago I did a Greek Easter with a friend of mine over on the mainland, and he's got some beautiful classic cars, and let me drive one through the Peloponnese. And he put Matt Monroe on days like these. I don't know whether he'd been watching Top Gear or not, but I did actually suggest that it would have been a nice thing to do, and he did it for me. So yeah, the other night I was driving back, the sun was setting on this road. As you can see, there's some spectacular views, and I put days like these, Matt Monroe on the stereo, playing through my phone. So there you go, another piece of useless information for you, but worth a try. Right, so here we go. We're now approaching the crossroads. If you continue straight on this road, it will take you to Kefalonia, beautiful little fishing village. If you turn right here, then it will take you that direction, will take you through the mountains, which is another experience, and you'll eventually end up back in Argostoli. What is she doing? Oh well, there you go. And if you turn left like we just have, then you'll end up eventually either going to Mitas Bay, which is just the junction for that is just coming up here, actually, interesting enough. So yeah, if you turn left there, just down there, that takes you down to the famous Mitas Bay. We're going to carry on now up this hill, which will eventually take us to the junction for Asos. Right, what I thought we'd do is just avoiding some rocks in the road there. Like I say, they do clear these roads during the summer months, so don't be worried about that. But this time of year it's best to be vigilant, because if you catch a rock with your tyre, that's the end of the tyre and the rim. I think what we'll do now is I'll just pull up this viewing bay here, making sure there's nothing coming. There you go, you can see what's going on. There we go. Because this is historically where everybody takes those pictures of sunsets, etc. Let's have a look at the view, shall we? So there you go. I don't know how that's coming out, but that's the famous Mitas Beach. Not a soul about. Well, actually, I think there's one car that looks like somebody and his dog down there. But yeah, the junction I pointed out earlier brings you on that road there, down to the beach. Pretty good road nowadays, really. As I've said before on these videos, when I first started coming here, that was a dirt track, and that'd be pretty adventurous to get down to Mitas Beach back then. But yeah, they put a nice road in now. That, incidentally, if you can see that car going up there, that's where we've come from. That was the in the distance over there. There was the beach I forgot the name of. Still escapes me. Now you see, in Dale's land, he would have stopped the film and we would have had to research it, and then I would have had to come back and do another take. But of course, I only have my phone at the moment, so I'm doing it all on pause frame. So yeah, you would not think it was December the 1st today, would you? But there you go. Well, you would actually, if you know the place as well as I do. This bay has usually got people on it all through the day, and cars and coaches and things coming and going. But there you go. Onward and upward. There you go. Not far to go now, just round a couple of bends and we'll be there. Might even get myself a coffee and a bite to eat. I've just walked back just to video a few things that you have to be a little bit careful of at any time of the year. Is my friend Billy and his little tribe. See, they just wander around in the road without a care in the world. But yeah, just be careful of that, guys. If you're coming around the mountain pass, don't go too quick. Always make sure you can stop for them, because they will be asleep in the road at times. So there you go. Anyway, that's where we're headed. Let's get back in the vehicle. I just thought I'd share that with you because it is an important factor to think about if you're not used to that. I mean, I live in Devon in the UK on my boat, and I'm used to seeing deer and things running out in front of me. But if you come from a town in the UK, you might not be expecting that. Anyway, they're all behaving themselves now. Look, they've gone back to the hillside. Right, here we go. This is the junction for Asos. You have to be careful because there's a bit of a blind bend there. So here we go. There are some really nice views on this bit of road. Can't get over how nice a day it is. It's like I said, it wasn't forecast this. I'll make the most of it. Apparently back in the UK it's freezing, so I'm not looking forward to that, but I have to go back to earn some money. I've been offered a little bit of work, which will help stem the flow, let's say. I thought I'd just film this for the odd person that's messaged me to see about how the roads are, that's a bit nervous about driving on them. As you can see, they're fine. Just take your time. So here we go, we're entering the village of Asos now. In the summer, I suggest you take notice of the various car parking facilities, because you won't be able to park in the village. I used to come down here and take my motorbike down in the village and park that up, but even that's getting a bit more difficult now. I've just caught a glimpse actually of the screen on the camera, and it does look like I'm really going quite quickly. I'm doing about less than 20 clicks according to the speedo, so I'm not going that quickly. Yeah, sort of speeds it up for some reason, I don't know why. Anyway, as we approach the village, there's a car park on the left there, which is probably one of the better ones to use. We'll see if we can drive round, and then I'll do a bit of a video of a walk. If you go up that way there, that takes you up to the castle. I've never, as I said in the other video, I've never actually done that. If my various injuries hold up the way they seem to be at the moment, maybe I'll try that next year when I come back out. I'm hoping, people keep asking me that, I'm going back to the UK purely to earn some money, as I'm tax resident in the UK and not here. So I'll be going back to the UK to earn some money. I'm hoping to come back late February, early March, but the best laid plans. Anyway, yeah, this is Asos in December. I will have a walk around it a bit, guys, and show you about. Doesn't look like I'm going to get a cup of tea. The taverna I usually use, which is that one, is shut, so, or a coffee. Now this bit of the village, I think, has been rebuilt because of the Medicane. It was about 3 or 4 foot under. Well, the cars were buried under mud, debris, and whatever had come off the mountain. So, yeah, it was pretty badly hit just here. So there you go, Asos. This is the back of it. We've come down from up there, and that's the mountain road all the way around there. And I don't know whether you can make it out. In the distance there's a little plume of smoke. There's the beach that I famously forgot the name of. Major fail, big outtake, but never mind. So let's have a walk around and see what's going on. Like I said, if you go up that way, it takes you up to the castle grounds, which is very nice apparently. Like I say, I'm going to have a go at doing that. Little beach down there. All very peaceful. In the summer you get boats stern to those rocks. They anchor up, drag the anchor back, and then send a line out to the shore. And you can get 1 or 2 boats in here. I have seen them there. I don't think I'd want to be here if it kicked off rough. I think it's a bit exposed, but But there you go. So let's get walking on this adventure, and I'll show you around Asos, show you how quiet it is this time of year. Something you don't see very often, the rudge walking, and I seem to have done a lot of it on this this little trip. This must be one of the most photographed buildings on the island, I think. I think it must be Venetian, I don't know. Clearly got knocked about by the earthquake, I would think. The cat's looking very forlorn, not getting fed by anybody at the moment. Well, I suppose the locals feed them, but I know they're doing Lourdes, especially Petros at the mini market. But it's something to consider when you adopt one on your holiday. Who's going to look after it when you're not here? Let's have a walk round the harbour side. Sorry about that, the cameraman was drunk. Now, this was where I was hoping to get a coffee, but it's closed. I think it's probably one of the last ones to close here, I don't know. It was certainly the only one open last time I came, which was probably a month or so ago now. Just stunning, isn't it, really? I mean, look at that, how nice is that? How peaceful is that? Let's walk right out here. So there you go, people. As requested, Asos, 1st of December 2021. And I think you'll agree, a beautiful place. Everywhere's closed. They're getting ready for you to come back in the summer, those of you who come here. So, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't, well, don't bother with any of that then. Maybe see you on the next one. Yeah, this has been a Dale inspired video with lots of contraptions made by the French. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.